Sons of God, the forbidden descent. Long ago, before the rise of great civilizations, before the towering pyramids or ancient empires, there existed a different kind of story, a tale hidden beneath the surface of ancient scriptures, whispered in myths, and debated by theologians and scholars across centuries. The sons of God, celestial beings, often interpreted as angels or divine watchers, were created to dwell in the heavens. They were not meant to interfere with the mortal world. Their existence was governed by strict divine order, and they were to observe, not partake. But something changed. According to ancient Judeo-Christian texts, these beings broke their bounds. They looked upon human women, mortal, fragile, yet beautiful in their form, and desire ignited a rebellion in their hearts. Abandoning their heavenly stations, they descended to earth, defying divine command. They took wives from among the daughters of men, and from this union was born a race that would terrify the world. The Nephilim, giants, fierce warriors, beings of great strength and unmeasured cruelty. The world trembled under their rule. These Nephilim were not merely men. They were hybrids, part divine, part human. Creatures born of disobedience, bathed in corruption. What followed was chaos. Mankind suffered. The earth became filled with violence. According to some traditions, this unholy mingling between heaven and earth was one of the major causes that led to the Great Flood, as narrated in the story of Noah, Nuh alayhi salam, a divine reset to purge the world of this unnatural corruption. But what were these sons of God? Were they truly angels who fell from grace? Were they jinn disguised as divine messengers? Or were they powerful kings and rulers, deified by men and myth? The truth remains shrouded in mystery. Some scholars argue these beings were never angels, because angels in Islamic theology do not possess desire, do not marry, and do not disobey. Others claim these were rebellious jinn who impersonated heavenly beings and seduced humanity from within. Whatever they were, one thing is clear. This was one of history's darkest chapters, a forbidden descent that blurred the line between the divine and the human. A warning etched into the foundations of spiritual memory across multiple religions. Who were the sons of God? A mysterious story from the Bible and the Quran. Long ago, when humanity was growing on earth, a mysterious event took place. The Bible's Genesis 6:1-4 tells us that the sons of God came down from heaven and saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful. These sons of God were heavenly beings, not humans. They took human women as wives, and from these unions were born the Nephilim, giants or mighty beings with great strength. These Nephilim caused chaos and evil on earth. The Quran also mentions special beings sent to earth. In Surah Al-Kahf, Allah tells of a wise servant sent with special knowledge to help guide people. Surah Al-Jinn describes the jinn, beings different from humans but living on earth. Some jinn and angels mixed with humans and caused harm, influencing hearts like devils do. Because of this, humans are told in Surah An-Nas to seek refuge with Allah from these harmful whispers. From both the Bible and the Quran, we understand that heavenly beings once came to earth and brought great trouble to humanity. They brought forbidden knowledge and power that nearly destroyed mankind. Because of this, God punished them and planned to cleanse the earth, as seen in the story of Noah's flood. So the story of the sons of God, these angels or heavenly beings mingling with humans, is an ancient mystery. It's a dark chapter in human history, full of wonder and warning. Even today, many wonder, did these beings really come to earth? Do their shadows still linger among us? Sons of God and the fallen angels. A deep analysis from Jewish tradition in the Book of Enoch. According to Jewish tradition and the ancient religious text, the Book of Enoch, the term sons of God, refers to a group of fallen angels who defied their duties and God's commands by descending to earth. The leader of these fallen angels was a great angel named Simjaza, who, along with about 200 angels, rebelled against heaven and came down to earth. These angels broke God's laws by becoming attracted to the daughters of men and taking them as wives, an act that was forbidden and displeasing to God. Their disobedience did not stop at relationships. They also spread forbidden knowledge among humans. The Book of Enoch describes how these fallen angels taught mankind dangerous and forbidden knowledge, such as sorcery and supernatural arts, which led people towards evil and dark powers. The art of making weapons, which was used for violence and warfare. The skills of makeup and beautification, which fostered pride and vanity among humans. War strategies and combat techniques, which caused humans to oppress and fight each other. Through this knowledge, they corrupted human life, destroying morality and purity. God's wrath was deeply aroused by their deceit, and as punishment, many of these fallen angels were imprisoned in a deep and harsh prison called Tartarus, a part of hell, where they remain bound to this day. This Jewish tradition teaches us that disobedience to God's commands can lead to great disaster. The story of the sons of God is not just a spiritual tale, but a profound lesson about the importance of limits and following moral principles in human life. Friend, this way you can present in your video the mystery and punishment of the sons of God based on Jewish tradition in the Book of Enoch in a deep and detailed manner. If you want, I can also prepare a voiceover or a full script based on this. How do you like it? Sons of God in light of Islamic theology. A detailed and integrated analysis introduction. The term sons of God appears prominently in the Old Testament, but it has no equivalent in the Quran. In Islamic theology, the foundational belief is Tawheed, the absolute oneness of Allah. Islam strictly rejects the idea that Allah has any children, partners, or equals. Surah Al-Ikhlas declares, "He begets not, nor is he begotten." Quran 112:3. Thus, the concept of sons of God is incompatible with Islamic monotheism and is regarded as an act of shirk, associating others with Allah, which is the gravest sin in Islam. Allah's oneness and the rejection of divine offspring. The Quran emphasizes that Allah is self-sufficient and has no need for a spouse or offspring. How can he have a child when he has no wife? Quran 6:101. Assigning offspring to Allah undermines his perfection and uniqueness, and such ideas are categorically rejected in Islamic doctrine. Nature and roles of angels in Islam. Angels, malaika, are beings created from light. They do not possess free will, do not disobey Allah, and are incapable of sin. They do not eat, sleep, marry, or reproduce. Angels are assigned various tasks. Gabriel, delivers revelation. Michael, distributes provisions. Israfil will blow the trumpet on Judgment Day. Malak al-Maut, Azrael, the angel of death. They are pure servants of Allah, always in a state of obedience and worship. Nature of jinn and their free will. Jinn are created from smokeless fire and are unseen creatures. Unlike angels, they possess free will. Some are believers, others disbelievers. They eat, sleep, marry, and reproduce. The Quran mentions jinn in several places, highlighting their accountability and moral responsibility. One jinn in particular, Iblis, rebelled against Allah and became the accursed shaitan, Satan. Iblis and his rebellion refused to prostrate to Adam, claiming superiority. "You created me from fire and him from clay." Quran 7:12. Because of his arrogance, Iblis was cast out from Allah's mercy. Unlike angels, he was a jinn, which is clearly stated in the Quran. He was one of the jinn, so he rebelled against the command of his Lord. Quran 18:50. He vowed to misguide Adam's descendants until the end of time. Interaction between humans and jinn can interact in subtle, often dangerous ways. Some jinn possess greater mobility and power and can influence humans through whispers, waswasa, possession, or deceit. However, believers are protected through dhikr, remembrance of Allah, prayer, and reciting the Quran, especially Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nas. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught various supplications to shield oneself from jinn and shayateen. Biblical concept of sons of God and Nephilim. In the Bible, Genesis 6:1-4, sons of God are described as celestial beings who took human women as wives and bore Nephilim, a race of giants and mighty men. This narrative suggests divine beings mated with humans, producing hybrid offspring. Islamic theology rejects this idea entirely. Angels cannot commit sin or engage in physical acts like sexual intercourse. Angels do not marry or reproduce. No such offspring between angels and humans exists in Islamic belief. Some Islamic scholars interpret sons of God in Judeo-Christian texts metaphorically, possibly referring to rebellious jinn or ancient tyrannical rulers, not actual angelic human hybrids. No concept of fallen angels in Islam. The concept of fallen angels, found in Christianity and Judaism, does not exist in Islam. Angels cannot disobey Allah. The only entity who rebelled was Iblis, and he was not an angel, but a jinn. And mention, when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, and they prostrated, except for Iblis. He was of the jinn and departed from the command of his Lord. Quran 18:50. Moral lessons and protection. These stories carry profound moral significance. Do not let arrogance lead to downfall. Stay obedient to divine guidance. Seek refuge from shaitan's deception. Islam offers powerful tools of protection. Surah Al-Falaq and An-Nas daily, dhikr regular salah, prayer, ruqya, spiritual healing. The message is clear. Seek Allah's guidance and stay firm on the path of righteousness. Modern Islamic interpretations. Contemporary scholars often view the sons of God and Nephilim stories as symbolic, representing the spiritual corruption of ancient peoples. These tales are not accepted as literal truth in Islam, but may offer indirect lessons on human pride, rebellion, and divine justice. Summary and final reflections. Allah is one. He has no children or partners. Angels are sinless and incapable of procreation. Jinn are beings of free will, some good, some evil. Iblis was a rebellious jinn, not a fallen angel. Islam rejects the biblical narrative of divine human hybrids. Angels never fall or rebel in Islamic theology. Protection lies in faith, Quran, prayer, and remembrance. Lessons from these stories serve to strengthen our moral resolve and belief in Allah's supreme authority. Key Quranic verses and hadith sources. Surah Al-Ikhlas 112, Allah's oneness. Surah Al-An'am 6:101, rejection of divine offspring. Surah Al-Kahf 1850, identity of Iblis. Surah Ar-Rahman 55:15, creation of jinn. Surah Al-Araf 716-17, Iblis's vow to mislead. Surah Al-Falaq 113 and Al-Nas 114, spiritual protection, Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. Angels, jinn, and protection from evil. Closing prayer. May Allah grant us clarity, protect our faith, shield us from arrogance and shaitan's influence, and keep our hearts aligned with His truth. May the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet, peace be upon him, be the guiding light in our lives. Ameen.